What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going over something a little bit different. Just a couple of days ago, I ended up getting a comment from somebody in my YouTube comments, basically asking if there was a way that they could use the Soul of the Dark Knight, or the Blackest Night skill effect, while on bow. I'm here to tell you I was actually able to create a build that is a generalist weapon build. The way this is going to work, and the way I'm going to preface this, is going to be you can use this with any single weapon. And the reason you can do it is because the Blackest Night skill effect itself comes from the 4-piece armor set. You don't need to use Greatsword to activate it. In fact, all you're going to do is you're going to see the parry or the counter when you activate the skill and when you get hit. That is basically going to pull out a Greatsword randomly, and you are going to do the counter, and then it'll go away and you get to go back to using your weapon. What we are doing with this build is something that I am calling the highest defense possible. And that's because this is as high as I can get it with my testing without using things like items. This is going to be armor leveled up to the max and defense boost leveled up to the max. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The main piece of this build is going to be the Blackest Night. The reason the Blackest Night is so effective is because it reads, click the wrong button, allows you to perform the special action Blackest Night. Blackest Night is a counter, or a parry, if you will. What is going to happen, in which case I will show you right here, the Blackest Night. You are going to pop this circle, or this sphere, and cast Eventide. Eventide is going to allow a full sort of counter. This counter is going to take your health, turn it all into red health for an extended period of time, but on top of that, it is also going to double all of your defensive values, meaning your resistances and your physical defense. You can see here we are over 1,000 defense. On top of that, while you are fighting, when you have this active, you are going to regain health from normal attack strengths. So, this is going to work on every single weapon, no matter what, okay? The idea behind this build is that you have absolute comfort in everything, and there is a time period at which you are much, much harder to kill. That is going to be when you have Eventide active after the Blackest Night has been activated. As far as the way to make this work, you need the set bonus skill Soul of the Dark Knight on one of your weapons. Ideally, you roll it Soul of the Dark Knight with Lord Soul. That way you get the 5% damage increase from Guts. If you don't, that's okay. This actually happened to be a Sword and Shield that I had Soul of the Dark Knight and Lord Soul on. The reinforcement bonus is terrible. Pay no attention to that. I would recommend triple attack, 1 affinity, and 1 sharpness, just like normal. But you can get away with pretty much anything, because the idea behind this build is we're getting all of our damage riders from other things, okay? So, Soul of the Dark Knight, Lord Soul, super, super important. Lord Soul is definitely not a need. If you cannot get it, that's okay. It's just a 5% damage increase, which is nice, but not a requirement, okay? Reinforcements, triple attack, 1 sharpness, 1 affinity, and to get to the armor, okay? The armor is going to be as follows. Udra Helm Gamma. The reason we're rocking this is because we still want to make sure that since we're using the Bale 4-piece set, that we are able to get our health back relatively quickly. The idea behind it is you want to play with your life, but you don't want to play with it in such a way that you end up carting, okay? Then we have the Bale Curious Alpha. We have the Udra Braces Gamma, Bale Flanchard Alpha, and the Bale Soul Rays Alpha. I think I butchered that. I could be wrong. We'll see. You guys can let me know in the YouTube comments. The reason we are rocking Udra with everything is because Udra has Bad Blood. Bad Blood 1 deals moderate additional damage while the Resentment skill is active. Resentment states you get plus 25, at least because we're maxing it out, raw attack whenever you have recoverable health. Red health. Meaning that when you use the Blackest Night and your entire health bar turns red, you naturally have plus 25 raw now. Include the fact that Udra Helm is giving us Bad Blood, it is going to give us additional damage whenever we have that red health. Meaning, the idea behind this build is to activate the Blackest Night, get the counter off, and then wail on the monster for that. I think it's somewhere around 20-25 seconds. I didn't do an actual countdown on it. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But The idea behind it is to wail on the monster for the time at which that is there, play normally, and then go back to wailing on the monster. Okay? Now, the last part of this is a talisman. This is not an RNG talisman, okay? This is just straight Defense Charm 5. The reason we are rocking Defense Charm is because the 4-piece set Blackest Night, the way this works is it will double your defense, okay? Whatever your defense is, doubles. Meaning the higher it is, the more effective it can still become. Our damage riders are going to be proccing from using the Blackest Night, but the full effect of it itself is basically going to be giving us more defense. So the higher it is, the better off you will be. Okay? Include all of the decorations that we have here. We have 3 medicine jewels, 1, 2, 3 counter jewels, 1 throttle jewel, 1 shockproof, and then our 2 defense jewels and a flare jewel, and we are left with an actually pretty decent set of skills. Not only do we have defense boost 7, which is going to give us a ton of value at, let me scroll down real quick, plus 10% total, a plus 35 raw, and elemental resistances of plus 5 each. But on top of that, we have resentment level 5, giving us the plus 25 raw attack. We have burst level 3, which is going to help really, really nice, and that's going to go for every single weapon. We have counter strike, which is also going to be beneficial in every single weapon. Recovery up so that we don't have to worry as much. We're playing with our life, but we don't want to get completely complacent with it. Constitution for stamina boost. There is quick sheath level 2, and I guess you could do more if you wanted to drop this medicine jewels, but at least for me, quick sheath level 2 is more than good enough. The only exception that I would have for that would be longsword, but this would be, I think, the one build that I wouldn't use with longsword, just because longsword already has the built-in counter. We have 1 level of flare and shock absorber. All in all, this build is really, really nice at playing with everything. You can do this on bow because you have a little bit of stamina management, but you can do this... Actually, now that I think about it, you can do this on bow and dual blades. Latent power is not active all the time, but the stamina my brain just completely turned off. The stamina reductions, there's the word, that you guys get from latent power is good enough to help mitigate, especially depending on what it is that you guys decide to slot in if you replace medicine jewels. The attack jewels are just to give us a little more damage, and overall you can see we have 260 raw attack. Once we activate everything, we're at 291, just floating in normally. If we were to talk to Luke and actually turn all of our skills on, it gets even higher than that. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and take a hit. That's resentment and dark arts. We need to activate counter-strike though, so let's go ahead and make this a little bit stronger of an attack. With our Mega Demon Drug active, of course. With Dark Arts Counter-Strike, we have 341. Let's go ahead and do this. And you can see here, with everything together, we have 346 raw attack. Where we are not only healing from everything, but we're also going to take full advantage of the bad blood, and we're able to pump out crazy amounts of damage. Looks like it was about 25 seconds that the Blackest Night is active. The build is fun. I'm not going to say it's the most meta thing, but with the damage riders that we've got, with Flare giving us some extra damage, bad blood, I wouldn't say it's the best thing that's out, but I would say it is good enough to contend if you are feeling a little ballsy. Any sort of playing with your life like this, you're getting one shot, you are playing with fire, and let it be known that although it is enjoyable, it can be a little scary, so be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's build. Thank you all for coming and watching, and thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit.